Hey, everybody. Come join me today in a devotional from Every Day with Jesus by Andrew Wommack. God's love endureth all things. 1 Corinthians 13:7. People are in a constant struggle to feel good about themselves. Yet it seems life is full of pressures that repeatedly drive them to and beyond their ability to cope. They go past what they know to be the boundary of a proper response. Their drive to maintain self-worth excuses their actions. They say, there are limits. I'm only human. How much can one person take? Those who haven't tapped into God's limitless power supply will readily agree and let them off the hook for their selfish attitudes and actions. The truth is that where our limits end, God's power begins. He does not abandon his children to their own resources. He lives in them, and he's placed his supernatural love and joy in them so they can endure all things. That means believers have no excuse for blowing up and giving up. We have God's ability to endure all things because we have his love, which never fails. This truth isn't meant to condemn. It's a liberating truth that will set you free. The temporary solace that comes from giving up or giving in will soon be swallowed by the harsh realities that arise from inappropriate behavior. As the Apostle James said, the wrath of man worketh not the righteousness of God. Regardless of how good it may feel to give in to your carnal emotions, that surrender will only bring you grief. Today, if you will draw upon his love, God will empower you with supernatural ability so that nothing will be impossible for you. You can change the things that can be changed and endure the things that can't be changed. Live in his enduring love. Live in his enduring love. His love endures. Dude, like, I'm struggling right now with this. Like, I know his love endures, um, but it's just sometimes the circumstances, it circumstances will build up and build up and build up and build up, and it's exactly what the devotional says, where there'll be a chance where we want to give into our carnal emotions and we just want to give up. But this is saying God's love endureth all, right? So right now, my dad has early signs of dementia and it only gets worse. I've talked to neighbors and friends who have parents who have had dementia and they've all said it only gets worse. And I'm seeing that, like, it's only getting worse. Like right now, I don't have the worst of it. If anything, I think my sister has the worst of it. Because right now, my dad's over at my sister's place 5 days a week and he's only here on the weekends. But when he's here on the weekends, like, dude, we can't leave him be. But the thing is, like, we can't leave him alone. But the thing is, he wants to have his freedom, and he believes he can do a lot of things on his own. Like, he can go out on his own, he can walk on his own, but he can't anymore. And the thing is, like, we tell him, it's like, die, you're getting older, and there's a lot of things you can't do that you feel like you can do. Like, bad things have already happened. Like, he's gone out on his own to the bank, and he's walked, and he's tripped and fall, and he's hurt his hand. There are times he's almost got run over by a car. Like, he's just not aware, and he just doesn't have the physical strength and endurance anymore that he used to, right? But at the same time, it's like, I don't want to take away that freedom. But then when he wants to go out, it's like he gets mad, dude. He gets mad and irritated, and he has a temper, and then he'll say all these things, and I'm sure he doesn't mean it, but I'm sure in the moment he means it. But again, it's just his feelings, and I've been told it's the dementia talking. It's the dementia talking. That's not your dad. And I know it's the dementia talking, and I know it's not my dad. But then I look at him, I'm like, This isn't even my dad anymore. Like, how do you, I mean, I know the answer to this. How do you love your dad when it's not your dad anymore? But then again, God says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. So even if it's not my dad anymore and it's just the shell, I mean, sometimes my dad shows up in our conversations. He'll talk about his past, how he was with Nana and my mom. And he'll give loving advice, even though it's the same advice I've heard over and over again. But it's nice to hear those things because when I do, it's like, hey, my dad's back, even if it's just for a moment. And dude, it's frustrating. Like, I tell Bianca, I tell my wife, I'm like, dude, so I know this is terrible, but I'm just being totally transparent. Like he says, sometimes it's better if I just die, if I just pass away, because you guys, like, I don't want to be. He says this. I don't want to be a burden to any of you guys, right? And at first he wasn't, but now it's like he's becoming a burden. As sad as it is to say, like there's voices around me that says, no, he's not a burden. He's not supposed to be a burden. And you're supposed to be a strong Christian. You're supposed to, do all these things, act like Jesus did. It's hard, especially when you have your own dad that you're taking care of, and he has the temper to blow up and yell at you and sometimes start to become violent. Thank God he hasn't become violent yet. But Bianca has seen signs. So Bianca works in like a nurse, not a nursing home, but an old people's home, and she sees the signs when someone's about to become violent. And she's told me, she's like, dude, Tata is gonna be violent. Tata is like, he was gonna become violent, but Bianca is able to redirect him, sort of thing. So it's like when those times come, it's like, dude, if he's pissed off and I'm pissed off, it's like, it's hard. It's frustrating. But this devotional is telling me God's love endureth all things. I guess the thing that I got to tell myself is, I think the thing God is telling me is, even my best friend told me, it's like, it's all about having the right perspective. So don't focus on how frustrating it is your dad has become already, but focus on the truth, the right things. And I guess this is one of those truths where it's like his love endures all things. So where my strength ends in becoming frustrated with my dad, I guess that's where God's strength comes in. There are a lot of times I just sometimes I'm battling this right now, but so God's love endures all things. But when my dad says, I think it's better if I just pass away. At first I'm like, no. You still have purpose here. I'll tell him that. Right? It's like, live for your grandkids, because your grandkids love you. But then I see how much of a person who he's not who he was anymore, like with the temper, and then he's so forgetful and his temper, and he's like, he wants his freedom, but he wants to go out and do things on his own, but he can't. And then he gets frustrated and he gets mad. And there are times when I honestly think, like, if his freedom is going to be taken away, like, what's he got left? And there are honestly times I honestly believe that it's probably better if he's, no longer here. That way he's not suffering. I mean, physically he's not suffering, right? Like physically my dad is okay, like he doesn't have heart problems or anything like that, but it's just at 83 he can't be out on his own because he's tripping, he's falling, he's stumbling over himself, sort of thing, right? So I don't know. Well, I guess I do know. Going back to this, oh God, help me to focus on your truth. Help everyone. Help me to focus on your truth, on how your love endures all things. Lord, where my strength ends, let your love and strength continue. Amen. Anyways, that's it for now. Peace.